9 times out of 10 when I perform is she's not there, because it's usually in places where 14-year-old girls can't go. But I did this one and I entitled it Brianna. And it was because as a father, I was like, man, I gotta do something, like a message for her, something that I know she can have. And in this day and age, women, well, yeah, guys as well, but we'll focus on women today. Women have to deal with this identity, this image that America has set that says what is beauty. It says what is beauty. And so black women specifically deal with all of these changes and all these things they do to be beautiful. And I said, man, I want my daughter to know that she's beautiful. I don't want her to think that she has to change something or as if God dropped the ball when he made her. You know what I'm saying? It's fact, I think that's kind of like the dad's role. You know, so I entitled this one Brianna. I promise you this is for my daughter Brianna, so if this hits you, it was not about you. I promise you, it's about my daughter. You know, so, all right. Yo, being me was so much easier before I became a father. Before I had to bother wasting even 1 ounce of sleep trying to explain the very definition of beauty. But then beauty was conceived, and I believed that beauty looked just like her mama. And I didn't want the world to know that beauty was black, so I named her Brianna. She's no longer a baby, but she's still just a little bit older than 11, and she's been trying to figure out what it means to be herself since she was just a little bit older than 7, and I'm just a man. She needed me to tell her what it means to be real when I don't even understand it. It's my responsibility to make sure that she believes that the way that God made her was not a mistake. But there's a contradiction between what I tell her and what she sees when all the women around her look fake, like my size Barbies. As if the days when teachers taught students to love themselves, they were all tardy. All my daughter sees are addicts. Sodium hydroxide has become more addictive than crack cocaine, but tell me, who's going to help them kick the habit? You know, they call them crackheads for a reason. They get a mental high from not looking like themselves, and so they change their hair like seasons until it begins to fall off like the leaves from the trees in autumn. But how can I expect them to love themselves when no one ever taught them? So instead they learn to hate their thick lips, wide noses, and tightly curled hair. And since a quick weave is typically cheaper than plastic surgery, they usually start there, and I don't know if it's fair to consider this epidemic white men's fault. Question: when did being told that you look like you're from Africa become an insult? My daughter is beautiful. She has eyes from Liberia, lips from Ghana, hair from Nigeria, and skin from Botswana. She is Africa personified, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let her idea of beauty be Americanized. No American lies. She'll be taught to see herself not through media stereotypes, but through her father's eyes. And I'm not talking about myself, but the Father who lives in the air. Because if she's been made in his image from toe to head, then how can she have bad hair? She doesn't need dark and lovely. Dark is lovely. She is and will be a proud woman of African descent. And I hope that she won't ever spend even 1 cent trying not to fit the image of black. Because if she chooses to give up her identity, to try to look the way that society wants to be, then I'm afraid that she may never get it back.